Okay.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Saskia Coward. I'm the Office and Volunteer Manager at Just Neighbors. Today, this video is to demonstrate how to do a refer out. This method is what we do in the office once we have completed an intake with a person over the phone, or it's an online intake form. It has been reviewed by one of our managing attorneys that reviews intakes. And unfortunately, because of capacity issues, we would have to refer out to other organizations or low bono private attorneys um, to be able to help provide them that information so they can reach out to re- hopefully receive assistance elsewhere. So in Salesforce, which is what we use to complete the intake forms, um, you would come to the awaiting volunteer follow-up section. As you can see here, there's a list of names. All the ones that say refer out are the ones that we have to refer out. The ones that say schedule appointments are the ones that we intake forms that have been reviewed and that we are able to schedule for an appointment. The ones that say needs more information are ones that need a little bit more information from the managing attorney to determine whether or not we're able to assist them with their case. Or sometimes it could just be that there's information that's not unclear, so we just need to clarify that information. So today I'm going to show you how to do a refer out. Generally speaking, you would click on the name and the intake of that person would come up. Now, in the once you open the intake form, you will see here that we would um, check to see what the language is. Generally speaking, most of our calls are either Spanish or English, but we do have a couple of calls where the main language is another language besides English and Spanish. In these situations, we try our best to communicate with the client, but if there are any language barriers, then we do try to ask if there's another method of us being able to provide them the information so that way they could understand that we unfortunately are not able to help them, but we want to provide them referrals for them to reach out elsewhere. um, so in the name, in the client contact information, this is the person that was looking for assistance. So in this case, I would be calling Ms. Stephanie Hernandez at the phone number listed here. And then once I get her on the phone, I would let her know that, my name is Saskia and I'm calling from Just Neighbors. Unfortunately, Just Neighbors is not able to provide assistance at this time. Um, in the it is helpful to kind of have an idea of what type of services they're looking for. In this case, Stephanie was looking for assistance to apply for asylum for herself and her family as they have court on December 10th. And once a intake is reviewed by a managing attorney, all the way at the bottom in the general notes section, you would see the internal notes for volunteer and attorney. So the volunteer would read this information to understand what referrals were provided from the attorney that reviewed the intake. In this case, unfortunately, we don't have available appointments, and because of the type of case that it is, it's most likely that other nonprofits are also not going to be able to assist because of capacity constraints. So therefore, only private attorneys would be the ones to be able to provide assistance. So the attorney that reviewed this intake also provided here down at the bottom the private attorney's name of the ones that she is recommending for this person to reach out to. Now, because we are trying to make sure that we're not leaving the person empty-handed, we want to make sure that we ask if this person would like for this information to either be sent to them by email or by text message. Generally speaking, we always like to provide it by text message because this way we know for sure that the client received the name and the phone number correctly. for that referral. So once you have spoken to the person, let them know that unfortunately we're not able to provide services and that we, can send them referrals. Then what you would do is you would copy and paste the referral information into a text message. And the way that you do that is on the same sheet or on the same form. You scroll back all once you've provided the information as to why we're not able to help. Then you would ask, is it okay to send you a text message? Generally speaking, the client will say that it's okay. So you would scroll back all the way to the top to this section here, the communications center area. We have the email and mobile text option. So we would be sending mobile text. So that's the text message. You will then see that a box comes up, and this here in this box, type your text and click on send will be where you type in your text message. Now, the text message will go to whatever phone number is listed here. So a general message that we send is good morning. So because we had already spoken to the client over the phone and we had mentioned that we were going to provide them referrals, I'm just writing that here's the information I mentioned over the phone. Then you would scroll all the way back down to the bottom where the referral information is located. So all this information here is what the attorney that reviewed it provided as referrals. So we would just copy and paste here. And then we would paste that here. And then I always like to add something like, we wish you the best of luck. And then I add my name. So you would be providing, just a brief mention of who this message is from, the, referrals that were provided. This way, the person that is receiving the information can refer back to that text message if they need to review again the phone number or the name of the referral that was provided. Then we would hit send. And then you see that the message went through with the check mark. That just means that the message went through. Now, once you have sent the text message with the referrals, you're going to go back down to the bottom of the page, and in the internal notes, you're going to update this information. So the previous message, we are going to move to the bottom, and our new message will go above that, and we are going to write, sorry about that. We're gonna write that we called and informed that we can't take the case. And our plan of action was we sent the text message with the referrals. And then again, I'm adding my name so that way we know who sent the text message or the referrals in this case. And then we are going to change the lead status. We're going to change this from refer out and scroll down to intake completed, not client. should we not have reached Stephanie on the first try, then we would have had to change the lead status to awaiting callback refer. And I'm sorry. And then so here we're gonna change this to intake completed, not client, and we're gonna hit save. And that saves the current information that I have updated. As I mentioned previously, if we would not have been able to reach Stephanie, this would have been left as an awaiting callback refer. And then here in the message, we would have changed this to call Stephanie and left a voicemail. Again, we are still updating the information that we had to call and leave a voicemail, and we changed the lead status from refer out to awaiting callback refer. So what this does is puts this intake into, and we're waiting to hear back from the client. And should we not hear back within a day or so, we'll try again and reach her. Generally speaking, we do try to reach clients at least 3 times. And then by the third time, if we can't reach them, then we just send them a text message with the referrals that were left. And then we change this, the intake, the lead status to intake completed, not client. At that point, each time that we call, we would leave here like the dates and what the action was. And then by the third time, then this would be, we try to reach 3 times, no success. Change lead status to intake completed, not client, and send the text message. So generally speaking, the 2 options would be intake completed, not client, or awaiting callback refer. For a refer out is what we call these intakes. At this point, the intake essentially will be removed from our client intake list here for follow-up for volunteers. So once you change the lead status, it removes them from this list. So then that way someone else doesn't call the same person again. And that is why it's very important to make sure that you change the lead status accordingly to what action was taking place. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions during the training process in person, we can review it. And if something isn't clear, we could clarify it in person. Thank you.